So I created two EC2 instances. I call one server 1, I call the other one server 2, and they are both Ubuntu instances. All right. What that means is when I launched them and put the name here server 1 or server 2, when I came here I picked Ubuntu, not AWS. So that's the main thing. All right, let's go back, and then to launch my instance I went here, I pressed connect, and then I connected here. Right, so that's where we are at the moment. And the first thing you want to do is to generate this SSH keygen. We choose the default destination, which is already given to us by pressing enter. So I'm going to use a passphrase. Passphrase is like a password, right? I've put it, you can't see it because normally passwords are hidden. So I've pressed enter. I'll put it again. You can't see it. So you should generate your own passphrase, right? Let me show you my passphrase. That's my passphrase. All right, so let's move on. So my key has been generated. Now to view my private key, I can do that. Press enter. Cat ID RSA. So this is the ID RSA is the name of my private key. Alright, for my public key it should be ID RSA.pub. The pub there means public. Now that is my private key. Now that is my public key. All I had to do was add .pub. The only reason I'm showing you my private key is because as soon as this video is over, I'm deleting it. You should never show anyone your private key. Let me save my public key here. All right. Let me call it pub. Server 1 public key. In order to copy our public key from server 1 to server 2, we create a file. Pick your public key. Paste it here. I know it's longer than this. All right, that's it. Control O, enter, Control X. Then you append this file to the authorized key document in the SSH directory. Now that is done, so I run these two commands. Right, and these two commands, the first one ensures that I can read and write into the .ssh folder, and the second one permits the owner of this account to be able to read and write the authorized key document. Alright, now that both of them is done, I can confirm that if my authorized key actually have the public key I added to it some moments ago, as you can see, it is there. You have to be very careful with restarting your EC2 instance. Every time you do it, it changes your IP, so be careful. So we come to server 1 and we try to connect. As you can see, server 1, Control L to clear the screen. And then we paste this. In other words, we're saying we want to SSH into Ubuntu of server 2. And that's the IP address for server 2. As you can see, already this is server 1, where's server 2? Let's come back here. Server 2 is what? 54.203.144.221. So 54.203.144.221. They're asking us to enter that passphrase that we saved initially, which is this. Copy it, paste, as you can see, we are successfully SSH'd into it. Now, how do you know? Control L to clear the screen. You remember in server 2, which is here, server 2 is still here. This is it, server 2. We have 172.31.21.180. Those were server 1, 172.31. So we are now in server 2. We've now successfully SSH'd into it. You will know we are right because when you come here and you do ls, in the file.txt that we use to copy the files, the public key is still there. And this is server 1. As you can see here, if we do ls, it's there. So we have successfully SSH'd into server 2. So how do we exit server 1 from server 2? So this 180 belongs to server 2, as you can see here. Server 2 private IP ends with 180. Now server 1 private IP ends with 213. If the public IP has changed, it's because I restarted my EC2 instance, and it always happens that way. Public IP is always changed whenever you restart your instance. Alright. So I think basically all you have to do is to press exit. As you can see, it's no longer 180, it's now 213, which is its own private IP for server 1. What we want to do now is create some files. So we've created 3 files. We want to securely copy it to server 2. So this command means securely copy all files that end with .txt into server 2. So I've not put the server 2 yet. This is the server 2. Copy it. So that's it. So we're copying it into server 2. Press enter. So I may have made a mistake by not writing the path I want the files to be saved in the remote server, which is server 2. And so the difference between this first one and the second one is that I didn't put the Ubuntu at initially, and then I did not put the destination. Like right now, it will be saved in the home directory. You want my passphrase. So according to this, it's telling me these files have been sent into server 2. Now, I'm able to send it into server 2 because server 2 has my public IP saved in its folder over there. But right now, I'm not. Remember, I logged out from server 2. I didn't SSH into it, but now I've sent files into it. We can confirm that by going to server 2. This is server 2. ls. We can just do ls, but I prefer to use ls.l. And these are the documents. So basically, you can send things from server 1 to server 2, or from local to remote, although both of these servers are remote, but you know what I mean. Alright, that'll be all for this tutorial. Thanks for watching.